What is this? BC schools are suspended until further notice due to COVID outbreak. Wait, no more schools? Oh yes, finally! Thanks God. Sup guys, this is the second day of quarantine. I just went back to my home in Burnaby from Bodwell. You can see I have not unpacked my luggage. It's good to be home. I don't really know how to describe my feeling now because I'm excited because I can finally play games and do whatever I want, but I'm also a little nervous because of my homework. But anyways, the most important thing for me now is the capstone project. Before I continue, let me show you my story. My story begins in Hong Kong. It was a beautiful night in November 2003. When I was born, I was diagnosed with a little condition called asthma, which made me difficult to breathe sometimes. My parents had to bring an inhaler with me every time they took me out in case I had an asthma attack. Luckily, a few years later, the condition went away. And in the same year I left kindergarten, my sister was born. Her name is Haley, and we're really close together. I remember at that time when I was in elementary school, I wanted to be an engineer, just like my father. But then I found that it's not what I really wanted. Then, during my time in middle school, I joined the school choir, and it was a really fun experience. We participated in a lot of competitions and we won accountable awards. When I turned 13, I discovered I wanted to be a doctor. Then, my parents sent me to Bodwell, and now I am here. For the past few years, I didn't know what was the exact type of doctors I wanted to be. There are pediatricians, there are surgeons, and many more. But during my time in CLE and CLC classes, I learned that I want to become a family physician. Some people ask me why do I want to become a doctor? It's because I've discovered my passion in biology and helping others since I was young. I can say that I feel happy when I help others to feel satisfied. But why do I want to become a family doctor? I think my family doctor is kind of a motivation to me. I really admire him, he's really attentive to patients and he kind of influenced me. You see, most people here in Canada, they have their own family doctors as the medical insurance covers. And I think it would be awesome for me to become a family doctor. Now, the next step, I'll be doing more research to see how does the journey to become a family physician look like. So, today I'll be having an online interview with one of my mentors, Dr. Fogg. To be honest, I'm really nervous right now because I've never had an online meeting with him before, and this is going to be the first. Let's see how it goes. Hello, Dr. Fogg. How are you? Sorry for the inconvenience.
It's fine, don't worry.
Thank you.
So after I finished my high school, and then I went to university, and after university, and I studied for my graduate school and then medical school. I wish I could because before that, I used to pretty much spend most of my time, in the States, in America. Yeah, you focus on most of stuff about your textbook, things you need to learn. For example, you memorize, all of the diseases and pathological process, which mean like why did it make people sick?
I just had a meeting with Dr. Falk and it was really successful. He taught me how a med school works and his personal experience to be a doctor. I learned a lot and it was really impressive. Anyway, now I'll focus back on my main inquiry question. What are the differences between the med schools of UBC and University of Toronto? I'll try to do more research and find out the answer to this question. I spent tons of time doing all of this research and I'm ready to answer my inquiry question. The first difference between the medical school of UBC and the medical school of University of Toronto is their tuition fees. UT charges a more expensive tuition fee compared to UBC, and for international students they have to pay almost $100,000 per year. On the other hand, UBC charges a cheaper tuition fee and they do not accept international students. The second difference between them is the admission requirement. To apply for UBC, you must have an overall academic average of at least 75%, and you must achieve a minimum score of 124 in each section in the MCAT exam. For UT, you must have an overall GPA of 3.6, and you must achieve a minimum score of 125 in each section in the MCAT exam. Next is the location. UBC is in Vancouver and UT is in Toronto, and Toronto has a much cooler temperature than Vancouver. So, which one of them is better? In the aspect of education, they make no big difference. They have similar courses and they both teach you what you have to know. According to what I saw online, type of med school doesn't affect your future. Let's say you go to the Harvard Med School. It's a really popular school and it's hard to get in, but it doesn't really help you to get to a better position or a better residency program. What really matters is your academic performance. But at the end of the day, it's still better for me to choose UBC Med School because it's really close to where I live, and if I study there I don't have to find a new place to live in, and most of my families live in Vancouver, so UBC would be a better option for me.